What's going on, YouTubers, for ladies and gentlemen? It is the artist, formerly known as the Natural Born Thriller. And first of all, I want to say I apologize for the late delays, the inconvenience of me not doing these reviews ahead of time, and where we have you and whatnot in a way. But what I'm doing here, basically, what I'm going to do first pertains to Impact Wrestling, AEW. And yeah, pretty much it. Because that, also the shows I watch, nowadays pertains to, on a daily basis. Until it pertains to what happens with Ring of Honor. We'll see what happens with that whole thing. Because with Tony Khan, buying the Ring of Honor, which is great, saving the company, and actually go do something on the Sinclair people. So, but we'll see. Especially pertains to the deal of XPO match. That AEW is going to be doing. Just in partnering with HBO Max, that's going to have Ring of Honor, especially with the libraries in there too. We'll see. It depends. But so what I'm going to do is catching up here is that since it tends to for the month of November that I need to catch up on of the shows itself here, because it's not really that much stuff to go through, by the way. It pertains to November. But that's something I need to do here as well. Since to is there any other shows that happened beforehand, which I'm refreshing right now, and just by the looks of it, I gotta cover some things that happened in November for the Impact Wrestling, and I'm gonna do the same thing with AEW Dynamite as well, where I'm gonna match them all together, in a way, to see how that turns out and see how that it is in a way. So. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and when I get to the part of Impact Turning Point, I'll explain a little bit more about it once I get close to it, because what I'm about to go to right now is to pick up where I should have left off here with all you, and that is Impact Wrestling, the show from November 18th, 2021, the home show edition of Turning Point with Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Alexander was the one that I was looking forward to the most on the show, which I'll get to. Your commentators were D'Lo Brown and Matt Striker. During that time, and I'm not gonna try to go too long with this, folks. So here we go. Let's go to this. Steve Macklin versus Laredo Kid. If Macklin wins, he is added into the X Division Championship title match at Turning Point, which he ends up winning, and it was a very good match. And there you go. But retains to Trey Miguel because he's the X Division champion. And I think Trey Miguel may have been sitting at commentary. I'm assuming he was, but I digress. We get Brian Myers, who gave Sam Beal a concerto on before the Impact show, where basically Brian Myers was challenging Rich Swann later on of Turning Point, and that's basically what it was. So I don't know if that's supposed to mean that Sean Beal is gone from Impact Wrestling. I don't know. Maybe that is the case or not, but who knows. But Trey Miguel vows to defeat Steve Macklin in a three-way match, because that's the story here, that Steve Macklin has been undefeated and Steve Macklin has not been beaten. So Trey Miguel, your goal here is to beat Steve Macklin to give him his first loss in Impact Wrestling, and hopefully he's going to try to do that at Turning Point, which we'll get to. Chris Sabin tells Ace Austin to prove himself by defeating him at Turning Point, because the whole thing with Chris Sabin losing to Ace Austin, where Ace Austin is walking around with a shirt that says "I beat Sabin" or "I beat Chris Sabin," I don't know, something like that. It was stupid. It's the same thing of the whole thing of Ace Austin being a shirt that says Ace Austin 316 says "I just banged your wife." Stupid. Oh, and Matt 14 was there too, by the way. So a fight broke out in a way. So and I think Chris Sabin won. So Knockout Standing Champions, The Inspiration, Cassie Lee and Jesse McKay, they defeated the Undead Bridesmaid for not defeating Decay of Rosemary and Havoc. Because that's the story here. Inspiration hired the Undead Bridesmaids to to take out Decay, and they failed. And this is the match. So there you go. Decay surrounded Inspiration, trying to find them, and there you go. Chelsea Green, she prepares to challenge Jordan Grace for the Digital Media Championship title at Turning Point. And if I recall, all that goes on the show itself. I think it was on the pre-show, but I digress. But that was the match that they were doing. Impact World Champion Moose blindsides Eddie Edwards during an interview with Jay Miller. A brawl got from there. There was a fast build into the Impact Zone. Moose power bombs him off the apron, on the apron, I should say. The Storm's game, the Eddie Edwards game momentum was still chair shots in a way. I remember this was supposed to be a hardcore match in a way, but basically that's what's been going on, and not much to it. Sorry about that. Scott Demore come out and tells Moose that his Impact World title match is going to be against Eddie Edwards now at Turning Point in a Full Metal Mayhem. Okay, I remember now. So it's Eddie Edwards versus Moose, Full Metal Mayhem match. And now I think about what Eddie Edwards being involved in this a match against Moose for the Impact World title. It makes less sense now of what Eddie Edwards did later on in 2022. We'll get to that. Mercedes Martinez, she claimed that the Knockouts World Championship title when she challenged Mickie James on Turning Point, that she's going to become the champion. So we'll get to that. Impact World Tag Team Championship. The Impact World Tag Team Champion, I should say, one half of them. Doc Gallows with Carton at ringside versus Hikuleo with Bullet Club of Chris Bay and El Fantasma at ringside, with Doc Gallows getting win over on Hikuleo. And match I thought was decent. Gina Miller conducts an interview with former Knockouts World Champion Deonna Purrazzo, where this is the first time anyone has seen the Virtuoso since losing at Bound for Glory to Mickie James. Purrazzo is not excited, or in a way, basically we've seen a whole new side of Deonna Purrazzo during that time, where she was acting different in a way, and I'm like, wow. So we'll get to more of that when we get to it. But I thought it was good what they did with that until they stopped that, So, but I digress. Scott D'Amore gives Finn Juice an opportunity to get back on track to put them in a match against Decay, where Tennessee going to Turning Point. So there you go. Eric Young says that his issues with Rhino will be over forever when they get to Turning Point, where Tennessee to Fire by Design versus Heath and Rhino. So there you go. Johnny Swinger, Hernandez, and Fallah Bah, they went up against the Demon and Decay of Black Taurus and Crazy Steve, with the Demon and Black Taurus, and the Crazy Steve of Decay. They win the match. They're doing something with Johnny Swinger and the Demon thing, where Johnny Swinger is miserable, unhappy because of what happened with Swinger's Palace. And then we see we'll see how it develops too. From that year, of that late year, and it was so early this year. What they're doing with that one now. Decay offers Johnny E. Bravo, basically Rosemary, to help out Johnny E. Bravo, to help out Johnny Swinger, I should say, to be happy, because he for an exchange for a virgin blood, which Johnny E. Bravo is the virgin blood. So, yeah. Digital Media Champion Jordan Grace claims that Chelsea Green will beat her at and won't get the job done when they battle on Turning Point. So there you go. But we'll get to that. Knockouts World Champion Mickie James said that she have known Mercedes Martinez, and after the attack that she gave her, that's good. She is in a way it's like she doesn't know who she is anymore. So. Moose defends the Impact World. Oh yeah, they're basically going through the cars and what's going on there. But we'll get to that when I get to the 20 point. But the main event, Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Alexander. Great match. And Josh Alexander wins on beating Minoru Suzuki. And there you go. After the show was over though, before the show was over, Josh Alexander was celebrating with his wife, who's at ringside watching it on. And then afterwards, before the show went off the air, the hottest reality show in pro wrestling returns with Wrestle House 2, the Thanksgiving Special Edition, which we'll get to. And that was a show for Impact Wrestling from November 18th, 2021. My overall rating for the show, I'm going to go with a 7.5 out of 10. So that's the results I'll go with. And I mean, that's the overall rating shows I'll go with, which is to Impact Wrestling of November 18th, 2021. Real quickly before I move on to the next edition of Impact Wrestling pertains to the Thanksgiving special of Wrestle House. Quick results of Impact Wrestling's turning point from November 20th, 2021, with the results of Finn Juice defeating Rajan Singh and Ray Raju in a tag team match. Jordan Grace with Rachel Ellery at ringside defeating Chelsea Green to retain her Impact Digital Media Championship. And those were the pre-shows. The main shows were Chris Sabin defeating Ace Austin with Madman Fulton at ringside, followed by the sound of Eric Young and Joe Doring with Diener at ringside defeating Heath and Rhino. Rich Swann with Willie Mack at ringside defeating it was supposed to be Brian Myers, but Brian Myers no-show against VSK being and having Ziggy Dice at ringside. W. Morrissey defeated Matt Cardona. The Inspiration, Cassie Lee and Jesse McKay, the Impact World Tag Team Champions, defeated Decay of Havoc and Rosemary. Trey Miguel, the Impact Exhibition Champion, defended his title in a three-way match against Laredo Kid and Steve Macklin. So yeah, he retained the title. Mickie James defends her Impact World's Knockouts Championship by defeating Mercedes Martinez. The Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, defeated Bullet Clubs of Chris Bay and Hikuleo to retain the Impact World Tag Team Championships. And Moose, the Impact World Champion, defeated Eddie Edwards in a full Male Mayhem match. If you want to hear my full coverage of Impact Turning Point of 2021, there will be another one video that will be set up for it, which is going to be longer than what I did from here. So tune in for that one, and you'll find out my full details of the show itself pertains to how this show played out and how I really felt about that. So, but that was your Impact. Sorry, wrong button. But that was your Impact Turning Point 2021 results. So with that out of the way, let's continue with Impact Wrestling from November 25th, 2021 pertains to Wrestle House, Thanksgiving Special Edition. They did this sort of different here with Chance of Wrestle House. It's not like we did last time with Wrestle House, where they go do these regular Impact Wrestling shows weekly, and then they will add it in the segment of Wrestle House. This time, it took over. Wrestle House took over the entire show, which good. You know, this could be an annual thing that they're gonna be doing, which I hope that this is the thing they'll be doing from now on. If this is going to be the annual thing of doing Wrestle House every time, I'm sold. I love it, because after this, when they first did Wrestle House, I was happy with it. I was loving it, every bit of what they did there. And this one, I think it did another home run, hit another home run there in a way. So let's go through it though. So how this whole thing started. Here we go. I'll tell you how this whole thing started. After Swingers Palace was once shut down, John E. Roberts agreed to trade his soul, because he's something about a versus blood, for exchange for Johnny Swinger's happiness. 7 days away from Thanksgiving, which that was going to be it's going to lead to. They basically have a Thanksgiving dinner. It's going to all culminate of them having a Thanksgiving dinner at Wrestle House. But we'll get to how that ends up happening. But you see, Decay, with with the dark magic to teleport Giant Stringer, Giant Bravo, Madison Rain. Why Madison Rain's there? I don't know. Caleb with a K. Why was he there? I don't know. Alicia Edwards, Hernandez, and the Stringerellas to a new home of Wrestle House, by the way. It was a new Wrestle House, by the way. It was a different type of house. And so, after Stringer tried to escape, basically, John Stringer didn't want to be there. He wanted to escape. He's like, why are we here, nerd, right? And Rosemary reminds him and that everyone who tries to leave before their permits will encounter the worst fears. So basically, when they try to leave the Wrestle House, the worst fears pops up. Every time they open the door to try to leave, some worst fears that come, that of them they could think of. It kind of reminds me of Harry Potter. Which one was that? Was that part 3? Prisoner of Azkaban, where the whole thing they had to do a magic spell to make the fears go away. And the magic spell was ridiculous. So, for example, Ron Weasley fears of spiders. Obviously, because of what happened at the Chamber of Secrets. It's why he has fear of spiders. And then we're taken to Neville, and no, not Adrian Neville, not not Pack the Bastard. I'm talking about Neville from Harry Potter. His fears was Professor Snape. Oh man, so you get what I'm saying with that. So the worst fears. So whatever fears they have, that was basically what pops gets in their way for them to not escape Wrestle House. So Rosemary tells the entire group that they will stay at Wrestle House until John Stringer is happy and thankful again. And also Chris Sabin walks out of the bathroom because he's been invited too. As he's walking out of the bathroom, he's walking slow. Basically, they play the whole slow motion and he's walking slow, and then smoke's coming out. He took a shower, by the way, which is why he left the bathroom. And and they play some music in the background too. And I'm like, what is this? Oh man, I thought that was hilarious though. And basically, Caleb with a K thinks Caleb think is seeing all this, and he's like, wait, nobody else sees this? No one knows this this whole thing. Like it's ridiculous. It was ridiculous though, but it was funny. Bravo expressed his concern to Rosemary that we'll find out what's really going on, which we'll get to. So, but in terms of the Stringerellas, it was only 2 members of Stringerellas. One of them ends up revealing her name. Riley, I think that was her name. And I think she mentioned that too once Stringer's Palace shut down. So, and the other Stringerell's name, to be honest with you, I don't remember, but maybe it will say here, but we'll see. The one that is in love with Giant Stringer. The one with the tattoo on her chest and all whatever. But anyways, back to this. So Caleb is with Stringerella too, which is Riley. And Riley, she's beautiful, by the way. My thing is now is that why they haven't done anything with her, at the Wrestle House. To me, to be exact, I don't know. Because of what she's been doing at Wrestle House too, by the way, I think she could have been a referee. She could have done something else as well. What tends to maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I think Riley could have done something to be an access for Impact Wrestling. Maybe she does. Maybe she does things behind the scenes. I don't know. But what seems to be on the scenes, I think she's got potential if they let her. I'm not saying she should wrestle. I'm just saying I want her to be featured a lot more on TV. So, and she's cute, I want to see her more than wearing the Stringerella outfit. That's basically what I'm trying to say too, by the way. I want to see more than that. I mean, can you blame me? I'm a guy. Anyways, but Kayla said that she should has she ever modeled before? I don't remember if she did or not, but it said Caleb has a crush on her. And Chris Sabin interrupts by walking slowly, the whole slow motion thing. They would again they're doing that whole thing like. and playing the background music. Only Caleb hears this, but no one else hears this. maybe Caleb's going crazy. Maybe that's what the whole thing is. I don't know. But jealousy of Saban, happened in the way, and because there's no Tommy Dreamer, by the way, which is rightfully so, because it was during that, it was before this all came about. Tommy Dreamer was suspended. Why? Dark Side of the Ring. What was Dark Side of the Ring has anything to do with his suspension? The whole plane ride from hell, of his excuse, of him defending, of Ric Flair's excuse of what he did on that plane, which led Tommy Dreamer on to be suspended indefinitely from Impact Wrestling. So there was no match time. It was something else. Oh yeah, I remember now. Chris Sabin, the whole thing. Remember Chris Sabin when he takes to Stringer's Palace? He says, "I love this place," right? So Chris Sabin came up with the whole thing of, "I love this match." So that's the new thing now when it takes to Wrestle House now. Instead of match time, it's "I love this match." So we get Chris Sabin versus Caleb in a match, and Chris Sabin wins. And basically, well, it was, I guess, winner. Guess the girl in the way. Not really. To be honest with you, I already don't know what was the point of the match. Other than Caleb from K was jealous of Chris Sabin because Chris Sabin was trying to get with Riley, even though Chris Sabin is married in real life. So, and Caleb is, he's married too, by the way. Like, why do we care about this? By the way, whatever. Moving on. 5 days later, for Thanksgiving, Rosemary and Havoc are revealed that they will basically they'll take a leave of absence from Wrestle House because they're gonna be facing the Inspiration at Turning Point. You already know I did the long review of it and the short review of it. So I know they lost the match. So Chris Sabin also had to leave too because he has a match against Ace Austin. And this led to Madison Rayne and Alicia Edwards to put the differences aside because they want to come up with a plan to help John Stringer to be happy and get him out of Wrestle House in a way. So they could immediately leave Wrestle House so they could go to their own Thanksgiving dinner with their own family. So they teleport someone named Downtown Daddy Brown. This is Willie Mack's character that the Impact Wrestling did back in what was it, 2019? I think it's been that long. With the whole IPWF garbage that they did, that they air on and Access TV. I'm not gonna do that again. That was ridiculous. And because I never did the review of it. I skipped it. It was that bad. But basically, the whole story here is that Downtown Daddy Brown is gonna reunite with Johnny Stringer. So they reunited, only to find out that they're bitter enemies. Great. By the way, Downtown Daddy Brown, when they first did that show, he was younger at that time. But because now we're in the present, he's older. Shoot me. Anyways, but it's led to a match. Did it? Yeah, actually did. I remember it did. But I don't think. I think Chris Sabin may have said it before he left or afterwards, but basically, it's I love this match. I'm sorry, I don't think anyone's gonna love this match because how this match was booked. John Stringer versus Downtown Daddy Brown, and Downtown Daddy Brown wins. No, I'm not gonna talk about the match. The match was garbage. I mean, maybe to some people it was entertaining, but to me, I thought it was garbage. But I did laugh though when they were doing it in that match. So, Back to Wrestle House. Alicia Edwards accidentally revealed to John Stringer that the true reason why they are all at the Wrestle House, and John Stringer storms off, and it appears as though he won't be happy and thankful anytime soon. Manson Ray draws a line in the sand, and as the house is divided into people who want to help Stringer and people that don't. Alicia Edwards has Rosemary teleport A. Edwards into the house, where they could have a 5-on-5 match. So basically, because she needed Eddie Edwards to be on her side, we were into this whole thing. So, we get there was a teleport happen, but he was in the other room. Chris Taylor comes in again. He's the whole slow mo playing the music thing. Him doing his hair thing, whatever. Kim, and again, Kim's the only one who's seen all this, and no one else doesn't see this. Basically it was A-Wars who's only teleporting. And then as A-Wars was coming down the stairs in the way, they all start singing this theme song. The whole "I am the fire," and then the whole "Oh, taking what's mine, you can't hold me down. I am the fire. Oh, now's my time. This is my fight. I am the fire. Oh." Love that song, by the way. Too bad we won't hear that anymore. We'll get to why. Anyways, so I love this match. Rosemary, Havoc, Crazy Steve, Black Taurus, and Chris Sabin versus Madison Rain, Caleb, Hernandez, Alicia, and A. Edwards. Basically, if Rosemary's team wins, they stay. If Alicia's team, or in a way, if Madison's team were in, because she wanted to get out of the house more than anything, then they leave. Guess who won? Rosemary's team. There you go. That was fine though. It was kind of fine. Rosemary becomes aware that Stringerella 1 has a crush on John Stringer and believes that she may be the key of his happiness. The plan is to make Stringer jealous in hopes that he will develop feelings for her. So she brings in Lawrence D. Larry D. Lawrence D is brought as a fake boyfriend and is revealed to be the owner of this new house of Wrestle House, by the way. But that's not I want to fucking mention too, by the way, because this ain't the same house that the Rosemary had Wrestle House before. This is a different house. We just don't know who it was until finally it was revealed. It was Lawrence D's house. Unfortunately, the ruse doesn't grab the Stringer's attention, and it's back to the drawing board in a way. Then we get to a special Wrestle House edition of Madison Rain's Locker Room Talk. Yes, so Locker Room Talk is back. Not really. It was just a one time. But anyways, the demon the demon was there. Who's basically the impersonator of Kiss. Basically one of Johnny Stringer's idols, and basically tells him to find a woman that he loves in order to achieve happiness. 2 days away for Thanksgiving, John Stringer approaches Stringerella 1 and confesses his love for her. But after Lawrence D pretends to be her boyfriend, he develops true feelings for her too. Even though, let's put the character aside of Lauren D. Larry D is married too. So what happens next? I love this match. John Stringer versus Larry D. Guess who wins? Well, at first Larry D did win, but they realized that he cheated. And then also John Stringer cheats too, and then he wins, and whatever. It's all about making Johnny Stringer happy, right? So in a way, they gotta screw over Lawrence D. Whatever. After the match, John Stringer asked Stringer 1 to join him in the ring as John Stringer proposed to her, and everyone's saying yes, say yes, and then she says yes, and so great, we're having a wedding. But hey, I will take it, because at least with this show, show. It was not about the wrestling at all. It was just a show to entertain us. Now, if it was on a wrestling show, we had some wrestling, you know, pertains to in front of crowds, and especially pertains to a wrestling ring. Now, even though there's a wrestling ring there, but doesn't count. Doesn't really count. If you've seen the show, yeah, will agree with me. But I will accept that winning thing because this is a more reality show than it was a wrestling show. So. So one day away from Thanksgiving, Hernandez finds out about Rosemary's plan to steal Johnny Bravo's soul, and he's not going to let that happen. So he teleports. He wants basically a match. Basically, I love this match against Black Taurus. Hernandez versus Black Taurus. Guess who wins? Black Taurus, obviously. So what happened afterwards? Rosemary casts a spell on Hernandez, makes him forget about what happened, and makes him think about 2006 of his time when he was in LAX. So, and then we get to Thanksgiving Day, and the time for the wedding of John Stringer and Stringerella 1. Eddie Edwards overheard Decay and Johnny Bravo speaking of their deal and threatened to tell everyone. And this time, Rosemary cast a spell on Eddie Edwards, and guess what? Well, actually, I don't think you have to guess for this one because I'm pretty sure none of you don't even watch, even during that time. But I'll tell you anyways. Eddie Edwards, with the spell being cast on him, he was sent back to the time that he was drunk on Brian Cage and Melissa Santos' wedding. That was during the time when Eddie Edwards and Ace Austin were having a feud, and Alicia Edwards was being dumb during that time. Her character was dumb, basically. So, not the person itself, but the character was being dumb. And delusional. And delirious. Yeah, it was bad. Bad storyline. But Eddie Edwards was drunk. Now I don't remember if he was drunk or he was drugged. I can't remember during that time what happened, but basically what we're seeing, Eddie was it's back to that whole thing. Father James Mitchell, he has to be the one to try to help tie the knot. So the way it happens, when it seems like everything was going according to plan, it begins to break down. As Edwards drunk stumbles himself there, and Alicia Edwards was disappointed again with this whole thing. It tells Alicia of the case plans to kill Johnny Bravo. Rosemary finally opens up and to the group says yes. Bravo agreed to it though, that in order to make Johnny Stringer happy, and then Bravo also reveals something that he outsmarted Decay because he is no longer a virgin blood. Because the bombshell, he had an affair with Stringerella 1. Oh, before I get to what happened next, I forgot to mention this too. Before the wedding, Riley was promised by Caleb for them to be the dates for the wedding. Instead, Master Ray ends up taking Caleb away from Riley. And Caleb basically just stood up on Riley. So Chris Sabin walks in, slow-mo, music playing in the background, and then Riley, felt left out. So Chris Sabin's like, hey, you know what? I'm a married man, but you know what? As friends, I'll take on a date. That was nice. Chris Sabin's a nice guy. I'm not talking about the character. I'm talking about in real life too. He's a nice guy. So, back to this. So yeah, the bombshell. Johnny Stringer was having an affair with Stringerella 1, who's supposed to be marrying to Johnny Bravo. And she tells everyone that the real reason Bravo doesn't have a virgin blood anymore is because they slept together in a way, and the Johnny Stringer seemed relieved because he's not a married type of guy. He's not the type of guy to be married anyone. There's a reason why he's called Stringer for a reason. So he leaves the altar So instead of Johnny Bravo and Swingerella 1, it ends up being Johnny Bravo proposing to Swingerella 1 to get married with her. And there you go. I mean, now pronounce them husband and wife. And then we go to the Thanksgiving dinner. Johnny Swinger tells the entire cast of Wrestle House that he is thankful and happy that Johnny Bravo should say, saved him for getting married. So Johnny Swinger is back to be happy again. And thankful, by the way. And the group are all having a meal together. You know, everyone's having a Thanksgiving dinner from your Lawrence D, Daddy Brown Sugar, whatever his name is, Eddie Edwards, Leslie Edwards, the K, Johnny Bravo and his new wife, Riley, Sabin, Caleb, Madison. Even though Madison didn't want to be there, but in the end, she ends up having a good time, Thanksgiving dinner with them. John Stringer, Hernandez. And by the way, Hernandez ends up, I forgot to mention too, but Hernandez, memory came back too, Albert, which is this whole thing. And I think that's it, right? And I think James Mitchell may join too a little bit. I don't remember if he did on that, but there you go. Am I missing anyone else? I'm pretty sure I got everyone else that I mentioned already. That were all there. Okay, so Downtown Daddy Brown. That was the name. I don't know why I came over on the sugar name for. Oh man. But there you go. That was Wrestle House 2, Thanksgiving special, which I thought was great. So the show itself, this wasn't a wrestling show. It was more of a reality show than it was a wrestling show, which is why I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. So there you go. And that will do it. And that will do it for Impact Wrestling's Wrestle of the results for November of 2021. And that being said, thank you all for watching, folks. For it is the hardest, formerly known as the natural born donor. As I say, peace, honest to all you. To be well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything else going on in the world. Wear a mask before you go outside, and before you wear any type of gloves of any kind. Always sanitize your hands as well. Also, to be better, be respectful, to be appreciative, to love one another. God bless one another. Live in peace and harmony for us all. For I am out here. Ta-ta for now. Y'all take care. Ta-ta for now. Stay blessed.